that the government is trying their best. They are not. They are not. They have failed us. They have failed us. You know this, I know this. But why not you talk? Why not you say something? Why not you protest? Why not you go to the media and tell the president that the policies he's using, the people he put in the power are not doing the right thing. They have failed us. We can remember when President Tinubu declared state of emergency for security. He did. What was the outcome? Nothing. It failed because it is still the same people in power, right? The same people, the same policy, and the same institution. And that institution is not working. We need to refresh, restart, and have a rigid institution that actually governs us. And that's the way forward. And I believe that's what P2B is coming to do. Yes, that's why we are here campaigning for him, campaigning for P2B to get into Asoro. When he get there, he will change those things. Yes, he will change Nigerian institution for the next president. So, my people, let's come out now and demand for what is right. Let us come out and support P2B because he has a clean record. P2B will not watch us do the wrong thing. He will not watch Nigerians go into this type of situation. Yes, come out and say the truth to power. Come out and defend the voiceless. Come and come out to fight for Nigerians. Yes, this is the only way we can get it done. I believe some people are not in Nigeria, just like me. I'm not in Nigeria. I'll just tell you, I don't have anybody in Nigeria right now. My own immediate relatives, I don't have them in Nigeria. All my families, everybody is not in Nigeria, but I still love my country and I fight for my country. Right. And it pains me because I know how much people are suffering. I know the price of things. I know the type of incidents happening in Nigeria. Children are being beaten up. Children are suffering. We are not talking about food. We are not talking about education system. We're not talking about how the court and other institutions in Nigeria functions because some people allow it to continue. Please, everyone to join us to change the current situation in our country. Thank you, and I will use mic for now.
Thank you very much, my brother Gideon. Oh, Odige, Odige, please request the mic again, okay? I'm sending it to you so you can give your submission. Thank you very much, my brother Gideon. To be very honest, the way some of us just moved away from these are kids that were adopted from Oyo State, is- I don't know how to really put it. You know, initially there was a time we're all shouting, we're all clamoring, bring back our kids, bring back our kids. The heat was the heat all over, and all of a sudden it's kind of dying down. I don't know what's going on. Those kids are still there, and they need to come back home. They need to come back home to their parents. Nigerians can't stop talking about those kids. They need to come back home. Otike, how are you?
Well, I'm very fine. I'm very, very fine. I greet the house. I greet everybody. I greet the host and also greet the co-host. I'm seeing Big Mac in the listener section. I see Big Mac.
Oh,
See you.
oh wow, Big Mac. Welcome to the space, Ekabosa. Nice to have you. Thank you for the support. Wow.
And, and I want to add another title to his name. Big Mac is actually a prophet, and I was very surprised when one of his places. Everybody were complaining. Everybody was complaining. Pio needs to do this. Pio needs. Big Mac got angry and he said, "Don't worry. Sophia said I am going to be on that ballot. He said, Peter Obi have said, I'm going to be on that ballot. Just allow the man to do his thing and I will say God really did it and PO is in the ballot, is deputy or vice in the ballot, that's already setting. Then some people who were fighting and they call themselves atheists, talking if they will the ballot or not. I sympathize with those kids when they are struggling inside the forest, sympathize with their family, I pray for their relief. But the thing is, someone asked me a question and he said, all this kidnapping, when will it stop? Simple answer was when Tinubu loses. The man has failed Nigerians. The man has is a big disappointment. And I will always say this again. It is God that takes power and he giveth it to whoever he likes. Tinubu has always been wanting to become the president of Nigeria. After finally getting it, he just ended up disgracing himself. He ended up disgracing his so-called legacy. Please, the whole Nigeria can now see Tinubu as a failure. Just one basic responsibility of government, protection of lives and property. Tinubu government has not been able to protect lives and property. So he has failed. He only became a president with his money, only for him to get and failed. I'm just not happy with some blind individuals. I am not just happy with some very blind supporters because despite all what Tinubu has done, we see some lunatics running after him, political jesters looking for crumbs. Tinubu on your mandate is shall stand. When some kids are in the bush going through all kinds of hell, the major general was killed in captivity. Nobody is safe. Our kids are afraid of not being not for them not to go and kill them in school. All school now closes 2 o'clock, no more lecture. That's the kind of society we want, or is that kind of Nigeria that I want. You guys, APC or ATC, you guys need redemption. It's not about me. It's not about Big Mac. It is not about the host. If Nigeria is good, it's going to be good for me and you. If Nigeria is also bad, it's going to be also be bad for me and you. The both of us will suffer the consequence. This has got nothing to do with tribe. This has got nothing to do with ethnicity. We just need to just tell ourselves the truth that Tinubu does not have doesn't have the solution to the problem of that is number one reality. Tinubu does not have the solution to the problem of Nigeria. He doesn't. He would not even want what is going on in his government today so that he doesn't end up destroying his own election. But the thing is, Tinubu can no longer control it. The thing has gone out of his hand, has gone out of his administration, and he's not been able to control. So the kidnapping will continue now to the election. Kidnapping will the more that everything will just continue. Government has been put to a halt. There is nothing like government. Everybody's just busy doing their own. For me, Tinubu is not the one in this country. It's actually Remi Tinubu and that son. See, those are the two. Tinubu he doesn't know what's going on in this country. All what they know is just to carry him pass, just give him that, give him and he just regain his sense. Maybe after you see Yaradua says after he left office 1 year. So these people are not the one ruling this country. They don't even know what's going on. The marshal has ended their career. They go on, they are even that's the kind of individuals some certain individuals are trying to push down our throat. Tinubu has failed. Let everybody just be. Let everybody just know that and have that at the back of your mind. 2027 general election. For me, I will call it a redemption hour. I would call it a redemption hour. Nigeria have gotten the chance to rewrite their mistake of 2023 by allowing an individual such as Tinubu to climb the hardest job in the whole world. To become the president of a country is the hardest job, as in the whole full country problem is now on your head. If you are not young, your system will be breaking down. That's why I said something last election during the campaign. I said, if you elect a sleeping president, the country will go to sleep. The country will go and sleep. If you also elect a dead president, when that person becomes president, the country will be dead. So I think some people made mistake. I didn't make mistake because I was advising these people. This man has nothing to solve the problem of Nigeria. If he has anything to solve the problem of Nigeria, he should have shared it with Buhari, should have shared this plan. Yeah, they were most of the time they were close friends. They helped him to become the president. So if Nigeria was bad under Buhari, Tinubu, if he has had that solution just to keep his party in power, he would have shared the idea with Buhari. So he has nothing in his head. He doesn't even know what's going on in Nigeria. A president that cannot even go and sympathize with victims under his own government. You were supposed to be the father to these children. You were supposed to be the leader to their mothers and to their parents. You cannot even go and sympathize with their family. They under your government, you were supposed to have protected them. But today now they are going through all kinds of hell. Some are being raped, some are being killed, and Tinubu does not care. All he cares about is useless second term ambition. When you have failed Nigerians, I will say I'm the least of it. I am in Nigeria and I'm also feeling it. You know, if a pastor will have told me by now that fuel will be in this current price, I will look the pastor in his face and I will say, you are lying, sir. If a pastor will tell me, say, by this time, so year, Nigeria will be buying fuel 1,003. I will say, how come, sir? We are experiencing times four of the price this man came to me for price, times four. Fuel was 230 the day he made that announcement of say he wants to remove proceed. Fuel was 230 naira that very day. Then, as bad as Buhari is with all his subsidy, despite with scarcity, fuel never went beyond 300 naira during Buhari's era. Not even during scarcity, the highest that he went up to was 300. Then after when the thing was stable, went back to his old price. But he usually fluctuates like that. But how much is now petroleum? 1,300 plus. The thing is, if this man remains in power, that petrol is going to be 5,000. His time is coming. Some people will buy that petrol for 5,000. Because why? They've made a mistake again. The mistake some people made by making this man the only
No,
person that
by God's grace, my brother, by God's grace, we'll never make that error again. Come 2027, we are getting it right. That's why we're here.
yeah,
God will
yeah,
never allow us to make that error ever again.
you-
At all.
yeah.
Oh, we're here.
The
God
thing is
forbid.
no court, no court, no court. There's nothing like no court. There is not going to be any court in this 2027 general election. Don't ever expect any favorable judgment from the court, whether it is because the court judiciary has been compromised. You see what is happening to ADC. For me, I know you just like, oh, the judgment is a distraction, judgment, but I'm very, very happy with the judgment. Do you know why? I am not wanting a divided opposition during this election.
Oh
I
God, they go
wanted a
reverse
two-party.
they will reverse it. They will reverse
No, no,
it.
let us do it like this. Let us do it like this. I know you might not take it serious, but I'll use the party to give you an example, right? The thing is, that the registration is the worst hit. The worst hit in the sense that it's a court judgment and they will reverse it, but it is going to be an appeal court. That judgment is going to be an appeal court that will reverse that judgment. It's already a judgment that INEC will have to obey. ADC is not a party to that judgment. The party ceased to
Sorry to
exist.
come in.
It's not
I'm just seeing
coming.
the
They will not
news
give them the
that INEC is applying for a stay of execution until that judgment of yesterday.
Odike, are you there?
um they will not they will
Odike, you're having a network
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe you should drop and
To
come back
join
again. I
NDC
mean, maybe
or
that will
ADC.
help.
That I
Okay.
cannot be. It's a written prophet.
Okay, Odike, can you hear me?
I, I,
Hello, Odike.
I,
Can you?
I think he
Okay,
went
please
off again.
drop. Okay, if you please let me drop him so that I can bring him back up. It's like he's not hearing me. It's breaking and it's going and coming in. Hello, Odike. If you can hear me from the listener section, say. If you can hear me from the listener section, you're breaking so badly. You're going off and on. So I had to remove you from the speaker section and bring you back in, okay? So I can't even see. Sorry, Odige, if you're here, I can't even see you. Okay, Odige, you're there. So I'm sending you the mic now. Please come back up and wrap up shortly, okay? Because we're going on and off. Odige, I just sent you the mic. So before he comes back up, okay? Mide and so many other speakers, Ikemi Funa, E and Gideon, the ones spoken before now, they really dealt with this topic on us and made us to understand why these guys are challenging excellence regularly. Of course, I also did that while I was opening this space. These guys know what he is bringing to the table, and they are so scared. They are so scared that he comes in and put in place all the reforms that he's having in mind to do. They will not, as in their feeding bottles will be taken away from them. They will not be able to siphon money the way they're siphoning it now. They will not be able to pad budgets the way they are padding budgets right now. You can imagine a senator. Gideon, please go ahead. Thank you.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes. Um, yes. Um, do you know that I just found out that some Nigerians are being paid for all this their talk and attack against someone? I never knew that. Yes, it was only this year that I found out. I never knew that people they can sponsor someone to go and say something wrong, to go and push wrong narrative or an attack on someone. I never knew that. Yes, and you know why they are afraid? They are afraid because they're gonna lose that once it gets to Asura, and that is their fear. That's why you see everybody waggling their tail, moving from point A to point B, attacking one man because he's saying the truth. Yes, that's the only fear they have, right? That's their fear. Because that money will not be coming. When Obi gets there, the judiciary will change, the electoral system will change, the government, the school system will change, even the healthcare system in Nigeria will change. Once we get there, there'll be no room for all these, you know, corruption, all this godfatherism, all these all these political party, all these things, and that is the only fear they have because pushing wrong narrative is what puts food on their table. We know all of them, and they only do this because they have found it as the only means, the easy means for them to make money, which is not good. Right. Okay. We are having failed um, um, security system in Nigeria. It is failed. Even a child of 10 years will tell you that they know what is a non-government. A child of 10, 15 years in Nigeria today will actually tell you, say, these guys, these people are kidnappers. How? They how would they if they grow up with such things that is the sense with their brain, with their mind, like everything they see on the TV, if they grow up with such things, what would you even think they will be in the future? I'm getting scared. I'm really scared because in the next 20, 50 years in our country, it's gonna be like nobody will come out if we allow this type of government to continue. A neighbor will be waiting for the neighbor to come out. A neighbor will go to a neighbor house and carry the person pot of soup, right? A neighbor will wait for their neighbor to challenge them for their own property. They will even come to your house and take anything they want if we allow this type of leadership to go on, right? So, my people, let us come out and defend democracy. Let us come out and defend integrity, defend accountability, and defend competency. Whoever comes out that has that competence, we go for the person. We are going for Peter Obi, not because he's an Igbo man, no, not because he's from Southeast, no, not because he's a Christian, because he has that capacity, he has that competency, he has the integrity, he has the record, which 99.9% of Nigeria will testify that he has everything to move this country forward. The INEC knows about it, the judiciary knows about it, the senators, all of them know whom P2B is and his record. It is there. The data is there, the statistics is there. And that's what we need. We need somebody that have that character that can, when you come to him and say, I want to do this, he will tell you, say, no, you can't do such. That's what we want. And that's why we are here. Yes, the security have failed, but but some people don't want to accept it because they are getting something from the government. So my people, now is the time for us to 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 fight for good governance. Yes, let us fight so that Nigeria will be a better place for us, not only me, not only for Rita, not only for Ikemefua, not only for E, not for only for Ataban, right? It's for everybody. That child on the streets. We want that child to walk freely on the streets, go to school, and come back home without anybody harassing that child. Imagine going to school to abduct children and nobody's questioning, nobody's making a move. It is really shameful to us, including me, because we failed in the 2023 to change the government. Please, everybody, come out and join me so that we will change the current situation in our country. Because I believe we don't have another country. I cannot go to South Africa. Well, you already know the game. You can't go. If you're a Nigerian, go to South Africa. Go and get their visa, right? They will send you back home. Go to another country as a Nigerian. Go for another visa. Go to get another country's visa. See what they will tell you, right? It affects everybody. Okay? Bad governance affects everybody. see? So please come out and join us so that we will change how Nigerians live. We will bring good governance, at least 90% or 95%. Yes, although there's corruption everywhere, right? But we want to stop it, minimize it, so that it won't be every time. It won't be on the news to the extent that our own military. Do you know what it takes to train one military like a soldier? Do you know what a soldier means? One soldier for a country to train a soldier. Do you know the resources involved? Do you know the training, the skills, the acquisition that Nigerian government is spending on one soldier? But you wake up, they tell you, say, hey, this man has been killed by terrorists. And government moved on. No, now we cannot. We cannot. Send to the police, right? All part of the country. Police are being killed. Are they not human beings? They are the same human being like me and you. There's no different thing apart from the stress they wear. But you will hear this happen, and people moved on. My brother and sister, we can no longer move on. Let's go into action and change that so that we will have the right people in the office. That's what we want. We don't want your money. We don't want your praise. We want you to do right thing and listen to us. Yes, that's what we want. If the people are crying, you listen to them. Look at NSAS, what happened? Who paid who did the government do anything? What the government did? Is those soldiers not free? They are free. Today they are free. Who prosecuted them? Right? They could everybody went free. Look at all things happening in our country. Everybody's going free. They will steal our money. They will go free. They will scam us, right? Aviation, NNPC, ICPC, even including EFCC. We all know what's happened. The former EFCC boss. We all know what's happened. He go free. He went free. That's what we're talking about. We need to come out now and defend these institutions so that they will be doing the right thing. When somebody commits a crime, the person should be punished based on the crime the person committed, not by political party or religion or I am. No, that's why we're obedient. We are here to fight for what is right. We are here to make Nigeria work. Don't listen to people telling you obedient is this, obedient is that. No, because they know that they're gonna lose their PR money, the money they make from content, the money they receive from people for doing nothing. That's why they are afraid. They are attacking obedience everywhere. Please don't give up. Let us come out and defend whom we are. Let us continue to push that narrative. Let us continue so that we will liberate Nigeria from the oppressors. I call these guys oppressors. They are oppressing us. And also stand firm to continue. And today we are saying no to our oppressors. Yes, they are oppressing us. Everybody knows it. If they are not oppressing us, why are we buying fuel for more than 1,000? Right? If they are not oppressing us, why is school fees being hijacked? If they are not oppressing us, why the healthcare in Nigeria is too poor? Right? Pregnant women dies. You will see children all over the streets. Even call them Marjories. Why are those children are called Marjories? If I may ask. They should be in the school. They shouldn't be out there with plates and begging. We don't want that. Why are we even having IDP camps? That's the first question. Nigeria is not fighting war, but you have people in their own community. They call them, they are in IDP camp. From IDP camp, they go to school. From IDP, how long are we going to continue? My brothers and sisters, well-meaning Nigerians, now is that time, the time of action. This is action time. Encourage people. Give them hope. Talk to them and tell them that there is hope. Yes, there is hope. I could remember when I was in Nigeria, I worked in Akwa Ibom State. When our Senate president was the governor, right? He was doing a good job as a governor that time. I think under PDP, right? That was his slogan. He said, "No child will be left behind." Google it and take it out, right? When he was doing good things, no child will be left behind, right? I think he's from Anang, right? Something like that. Our governor, our current Senate president, he was doing something good. I can remember that picture, that big billboard when he reached Akwa Ibom, Ikotek, man, that's where he put that sign big board, right? Or today he abandoned those things. He left them because he joined APC. He abandoned everything. Today he's part of them, and that's what we're trying to stop. Let us come out, and we don't want to leave any child behind. Let us fight for those children that are there. Let us continue to speak so that they will listen to us. Let us continue to hear our voice. Make yourself the media, in our media. Talk to them, send email, call them their phone number, tell them we want to change and we can't continue any longer with this current leadership. Because if you allow it, the next 4 years, it will still be the same message, the same abragada, abragada. They will continue to do it and tell you, say, you hope. He said, we didn't shake it. 2027, we are not giving up. We can't give up. Because if we do, we have failed the people. Right. Because we are the only hope Nigerians have now. If you're obedient, you are the hope for Nigeria. Thank you, my people. Let's continue to push for what is right. Let us continue to say the right thing and ask government to do their job. You have to do your job, I do my job. I'm not in Nigeria. I'm not gonna fly, come back to Nigeria and begin, push people. But I will do my best. Talk to people, to motivate them, to encourage them to go get their PVCs. Because that's your power. Get your PVC and be ready to vote in 2027. Yes. Vote for change. Vote for NDC. That's what I represent. With my full chest, I'm supporting Peter Obi because he has a clean record. His record is there. Yes. Please join me, join other women in Nigeria, and let's make it a goal. Let's make it a goal. It's our project. Let's make it happen for us to get that change we are looking for. Because if we do give up, these guys will continue to rule us, continue to oppress us. And we should know that that fight for new Nigeria is not an easy job. We should give in. We should push harder and harder so that we can get in there. Yes, my people, now is that action time. Encourage people. The PVC registration is coming to an end. Um, Make sure you tell them to get their cards and be ready to go come 2027. And thank everyone. Thank you, Rita, for all your efforts to host the spaces. Thanks everyone for all you do. Sure that the government hear our voices. Do you know that they listen to every spaces? Do you know that? They listen to all the spaces. They have people that they employed to be listening to our spaces. They have people to watch our spaces when spaces is going on. Me, I have to say the truth. The current leadership in Nigeria have failed. The APC-led leadership, they have failed us, and they know about it. Every leader know about it, that the current government have failed. If they did not fail, why should they change our national anthem? Why should they send us backward? Why should the president remove subsidy without any plan? Right. Why would they be doing things that keeps Nigeria makes Nigeria looks bad all over the world? They painted us to be bad. They make Nigeria to look bad everywhere we go. right? It is APC-led leadership. It is not PDP. It's not Labour Party. It is APC. For over 10 years, and we are here listening to them. We can no longer listen to APC. We want to change it come 2027. My people, join us to fight the good fight for democracy so that Nigeria will be a better place for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, my brother Gideon. Thank you so very much. Guys, join in the conversation and mobilize for PVC because without your PVC, in fact, we need lots and lots and lots of PVCs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nora, thank you for being on the session. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to listen to something different away from our current topic right now, but still on the path to getting 2027 right. I don't know how many of you know about smart ballots. Smart ballot is here to educate us on smart ballot, how it works, what to do, and um, what we need to do to ensure that we get it right come 2027. I listened to him on the one MMC space, was it yesterday or which day? And I was like, wow, where have you been? I have been hearing the name Smart Ballot, but I don't really know what it entails. I don't know how it works. I don't know the importance of it. So I heard that and I was like, bro, you guys just need to be going to spaces from one space to another to be educating Nigerians because this is exactly part of what we need to be hearing and doing going into the 2027 election because we can't afford to be fooled again by INEC by telling us, don't worry, everything will be fine. We're going to conduct free, fair, and credible elections. Gone are those days. We need to do things differently in order to achieve beautiful and different results. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to give the mic right now to Smart Ballot. Please have a listening. After his presentation, do well to ask questions, okay? So he's still going to give his presentation and then you ask questions where you're not clear on before we move back again into the topic of the day. So thank you very much um, and happy listening. Smart Ballot, Mr. Kingsley, are you there, please?
Yes, I am here. Thank you so much for having me, for giving me the
It's an honor. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to have you here. God bless you for the great job you're doing. Please, you have the mic. Thank you.
thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone that is on this space. I'm happy to be here and to share this moment with us and also to discuss, take some questions or feedback. If you do have some, please do feel free to ask those questions. And if you also do have improve and get better ahead of this 2027 election. Smart Ballot is a mobile application that is available on the app stores, which we are currently using for grassroots mobilization. It has so many functionalities, so many features that makes our job easier for us as a movement. It helps us to mobilize huge number of voters ahead of the election. It also helps us to protect our votes in each polling unit in a systematic or structured way. It equally helps us to be able to manage and organize our polling unit agents across each of the 176,046 polling units in Nigeria. We can equally collect the results and these informations on the election day, broadcast and transmit. So I'm going to take some time to explain some of these key features so you understand and have maybe a picture in your head of how this works and where or how it comes into play, what we are doing. When it comes to grassroots mobilization, our target heading into this 2027 election is to use the smart ballot application to mobilize 22 million voters. 22 million voters. That's our target. So far, we have mobilized 857,024 voters, both online and offline voters. By online, I mean those like me and you that do have access to smartphone. We're able to download the app from any of the app stores, and then we're able to register online and be part of this, and also be involved in the mobilization. And then when it comes to the offline voters, these are individuals like our mama, papa, them who are in the rural communities and the villages who do not have access to smartphones. Maybe these things like Nokia 3310 or any of these other phones that do not have smart functions, they can download it with them. They probably use smartphone, but they don't know how to use them now. So these individuals, we also collect their phone numbers, their names, their polling unit. So that way we're able to assign them to their designated polling unit so that we can bring them out on the election day. Again, our target heading into the election is to be able to mobilize 22 million voters for people. So now, to do this, we broke the job down. Uh, our target is to get in each polling unit a minimum of 125 voters. In Nigeria, there are 176,846 polling units. If you multiply that by 125 voters in each polling unit, that gives you 22.1 million plus voters on election day. So far we have covered over 1,500 polling units so far. In some of these polling units, we have registered over 400 voters, or 300, 200 and something, as the case may be. So we have exceeded our target in some of the polling units. However, in many, we have not yet met our target. There are some that we probably do have 7 or 10 voters or 15 voters registered in them, as the case may be. So if you remove this 1,500 plus polling unit that we have covered from the total of 176,846, you'll be having over 175,000 polling units that are still left that are empty. We do not have any voter registered in them so far. So the task ahead is still enormous. We need everyone to be on board, so that way it will help us to be able to reach out to those that we're not able to reach out to. So it is simple task. If we have, for instance, picture this. If we have one voter like yourself in each polling unit in Nigeria, each of these 176,000 polling units in Nigeria. So if we do have one voter in each one, remember there are 176,846 polling units. And then each, as this one polling voter in each, now is going to automatically give us 176,846 voters on that day. And if each one of you, like yourself, goes on to invite 5 other new voters for your each of these specific polling units, if you multiply that number, that gives us 884,230 voters. Now, if these five new voters that you're bringing, if you teach them to also bring five voters, each one of them, and for them to also tell their voters to bring five voters each, it creates a ripple effect. So if this your 5 voter goes on to bring another 5 voter, and then all of them does the same thing across all the polling units, that gives us 4.421 million voters. So 3 steps down the road from yourself, only you in your polling unit, you're inviting 5 people. These 5 people inviting 5 people, making 25 in that your polling unit. If we get that across all the polling units, that's 4.42 million voters that gives us there. And if this other 4.42 million voters goes on to five voters each, that gives us 22.105 million voters. With this number, we are going to win the election. So about 4 steps down from you is going to give us this number. So do not look at it from this high value or high number. Look at it from yourself. You are one voter in your polling unit. Now, do all you can to help us get or register up to 125 voters in your unit. That is the concept of this app. So Smart Ballot is more of an invite-only platform. So a voter, an obedient voter who is on the app, have to send you an invitation link for you to be able to use and join this group. I shared a link to register here on the chat section. So if you click the chat, you'll be able to see what I'm discussing. It will also be nice if you're able to register. So that way, as I'm going to explain some other stuff, this presentation, maybe you will have a clearer picture of everything and understand them in detail. So the moment you send this invitation to them, they click the invitation, it's going to take them to the app. Then they'll provide their name, their phone number, their email address, and then also the state, local government, or ward polling unit. As soon as they complete and click submit, they will be waiting at the lobby. And admin have to verify them. Typically, our verification takes maybe 5 minutes or maybe I would say 20 minutes for you to be verified and then accepted in the group. The moment the admin are done with the verification, you will see yourself accepted in the group. You will see an OK movement group will appear automatically on your app, at the home page. So if you register while you're waiting, your home page is going to be blank. Just that's okay. You can take your time to just get to the app. Give it about 5 to 15 minutes. Once you are approved and accepted, now you will see the group will appear automatically in the home page. We created it that way, so that way we are able to verify the voters that are coming to ensure they are either obedient or they are voters, those individuals who can vote or who will vote EO on the election day. We do not want everyone joining us. So if you are an APC person or a Badu person here, you just want to maybe sniff around here and there, we don't need you in the group. It's exclusively for obedient NDC members, concussers, or maybe those neutral voters that wants to vote. Now, once you the process of this verification, we use multi-layer system to verify votes. So it's a hybrid format. We have admins that can do that. If we have so many voters waiting, we can also use AI to also do the verification. So part of your registration, when you're registering, is that you have to select your social media handle that you're more active on. If it's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, anyone, you put that one. And then once you do your handle there, we are going to click on your handle and then we'll check through your social media platforms and be able to verify if you're somebody that on your social media you have been criticizing our principal CEO, or maybe you've been going against everything that we believe in. Let's say you're bashing him online, we know that you're not one of us. We're going to reject your application. So we can also deploy our AIs to do all this stuff, see combs more details across all the various social media platforms to scan for these, check a whole bunch of algorithms that we have fed in, and then be able to see where your loyalty lies before it accepts you. Now, once you're accepted, you're going to be added in a few groups. One of them is the national announcement group, which is where the leadership of the movement or the admins communicate to everyone across all these 176,000 plus polling units. And then another group that will be added on will be your specific polling unit group, which is where you're going to be voting on the election day. That way, you can easily interact and chat with other local voters that will be voting with you in those polling units on the election day. So you cannot see communication or chats going on in all these other polling units. It's only that your own that you can see. That way, we also use that to protect each of the groups. So that way, if a mole manages to break into the register, or maybe be accepted in the group, you're only confined in that your one polling unit. You cannot see the communication going on in all the other 176,000 plus polling units that you're not a member of. If you also want to switch from your polling unit to the other, the first time, we usually allow it because sometimes we know people do make mistakes at the initial stage when they are joining. But when you request multiple times, the app document automatically how many times you're switching. So that way, if it's more than two, later, we see that it's the second time. Now you have to explain why you're bouncing from group to group. We also have an infrastructure that helps us also to observe each of the voters that are registered. So if you're in your group and you're taking screenshot of the chat going on there, our AI documents that and it flags your account up to us, and we can see exactly the specific pages that you're screenshotting. That way we know if we have to remove you from the group, maybe you're a mole or something like that, we can easily remove you. And then in addition to that, we also have the option once you join as a new voter for you to volunteer to either be a polling unit agent or a polling unit watcher. So that way you can either help us, polling unit watchers are our volunteer security teams that help us to protect or defend votes in their respective polling units. Our target is to have a minimum of 5 polling unit watchers in each polling unit. So the app automatically documents, tracks how many of them we have in each polling unit, how many volunteers that we have registered. The moment you register, you automatically, once you are screened and you pass or you are accepted, you also be added in a private, secure chat room for other polling unit watchers or maybe for other polling unit agents. So that way you can meet your fellow agents or your fellow polling unit watchers. You guys can plan in your respective groups, secure groups in confidence. It's not going to be like the things that happened to us in the last election, whereby when we come online and we strategize or plan how to defend our votes, the next thing Nigerian police is issuing order, or maybe one in here and there. Do not bring dogs to polling units. Do not take any sticks or any stuff to polling units. It's against this agenda. So there, you can plan all those in private and in confidence. I know that whatever thing you plan, you guys is exclusively there for your guys, for you, your team. Let's say all the polling unit watchers or maybe all the polling unit agents in their respective polling units. So we also tracks or manages how many agents that we have in each polling unit. So right now, our target is to have a minimum of 5 polling unit agents per polling unit. One one person is going to be the main agent, which is assigned from the beginning, from the get go. So the moment you apply, we'll now assign you the role if you're the main agent or you're the backup agent. We'll have one main agent in each polling unit and 4 backup agents. So the main agents have a task, responsibility of uh, uploading the result sheet, INEC result sheet, result form on the election day at the end of the election in your polling unit. So as soon as you upload that physical copy of that and our application from your polling unit, it documents that so that way, the app also picks the scores of each of these candidates, automatically assigns them to those candidates, so that all the voters, these 22 million voters that we have that are going to be registered, can easily watch the election results live being transmitted and documented on the election day on the screen, on the app there. So it makes it easier for you to follow up, see the result as they come in instantly from all the polling units before they start flying on social media. So on that election day, you're not on maybe refreshing your Facebook page or your Twitter page, searching for results here and there. So you have a centralized place where you can see all those verified and actual results coming from each of the polling units. So those ones are also all you see there. So we also have an option to allow international or local medias to be able to stream all these events from each of the polling units, so that way they can also transmit the result also, and they can equally interview all the locals, all these agents that are in each of the polling units directly by just clicking a button and then going live on the platform with the agents, and then they can also stream those in their studios. That way, our intention is to add to holding Nigerian system, government and INEC accountable. so that we're able to broadcast or transmit in real time the crime or maybe whatever that will be happening in each of the polling unit on those days, on the election day, in a more structured way across all the polling units. So, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to also invite other voters to the group, everybody have their own invitation link and also invitation code. If you check through my own code that I shared here in the group, and you will see invitation code that is attached, that's my own. The moment you register, you will have your own. No two person on the app shares the same invitation code. Everybody have their own unique invitation code. That way, we're able to track who is inviting who to the group. At least if we know anybody that joins, we'll be able to know, okay, who invited them. And if we want to also verify people or we are not able to see their information online, we can easily contact or reach out to those that invited them and know if they know them. And if we are not able to do those, we can easily reach out to those individuals also to be able to verify and know, verify who they are and also how they get to know about the platform and who referred them to then join the platform, those kind of stuff. So now, if you also want to know how many voters that you have invited, we use that your code that is unique to you. Also, be able to show you how many people you have invited. So you open up the bio page of this group, the OK Movement Super Group there on the app, on Smart Ballot app. On the bio page, you see a link for you to view invitation reports. So you click the invitation report, it shows you the direct invite, which is the total number of voters you specifically have invited to the group. And also your indirect invite, which is the total number of voters that those people you have invited has gone on to invite also to the group. Let's say you have 50 voters that are on your direct invites, and then you can see their names and you see the information there on your invitation history, and then you will also see that these 50 voters has gone on to invite 50 other voters. So what this does is that it helps you hold the people accountable, the people that you're sending on all these tasks, mobilization assignments. So you don't have somebody sitting down somewhere asking you to send them money, telling you that they have mobilized everybody in their village, or maybe how everybody in their village, including the king, are going to vote for you on that day because he has managed to mobilize them. So you can easily see direct results, what they have done, how many voters they have mobilized to the platform. That way, you know if they are telling you lies, or maybe if they are being factual about maybe the reports that they are giving you. We also added a new feature there that which is mobilization report. What it does is that every week, every Sunday, it shares a report, a detailed report on the announcement page, which everybody can also export. So if you want to share it to a WhatsApp group or some other places that you have meetings with your people, you can share them. So it shows you the total number of polling units we have covered so far for that week, and also year to date. So from the time we started until that day, and also the total number of voters we have mobilized, including in that week also and year to date. The highest top performing or maybe mobilizers, if maybe the top 5 mobilizers for that week, and then so a whole lot of other details that it will share with you. It shows you the states, the top 5 performing states where we are doing better, and also the worst states where we're also not doing well. It shows you a whole lot of details that you can use as a report. So that way we know areas where we can improve. We also have some suggestions or recommendations as with regard to how we can improve to at least improve on our mobilization activities in areas where we are weak and maybe in areas where we are strong, how we can keep the momentum going in those other areas. So I'm going to stop here and see if anybody do have questions, you can ask me while I'm still here. If you also don't have questions, that's fine. But do well to click on the link that I shared on the message here on the chat in this group, on this space. And if you haven't registered so far, click on it and register. So that way you can also participate in inviting other voters from your area. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very, very much, Mr. Kinsley, for this amazing presentation. A lot of us have been worried how we're going to protect our votes, how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that. So this is one solution to how we can protect our votes. Fellow Nigerians, you've listened to a presentation. If there is any area you are not clear about, please do well to request the mic and come ask questions. And please, if you have not registered on this smart ballot, personally, I've been hearing of this smart ballot for like for years now, if not since last year. I've been hearing about the smart ballot, but I never knew much about it until I met this young man on the 1MMC space. For you that know the 1MMC, 1MMC space is that space that mobilizes massively for election when it's the electioneering system. Nkemefuna, I sent you the co-host, so please look out for it, okay? So yeah, 1MMC is that space that does mobilization, does fundraising, does a whole lot of things just to make sure we have smooth and you know smooth elections in all the states across Nigeria. When I saw him on the space after listening, I was like, man, you need to come um, share this with obedience because I've been obedient for like, as long as the name obedient. And I'm just getting to hear about smart ballots. So, in other words, it means there are millions of people like myself who may be hearing the name smart ballot or may not have even heard the name smart ballot before. So, these you going from one space to another, talking to obedience, will open our eyes and give us a better insight on how this smart ballot works. And of course, will be embraced by more people because the more, the merrier. So yes, that's why he's here today. And going forward, by God's grace, as I host spaces personally, he will always be coming to share with us because there will be new people joining the spaces. So, guys, if you're on the speaker section and you want to ask any question on the presentation you heard, on something you are not clear with, please do well. You just put up your hand so that I'll know you want to ask a question so that your question can be
Yeah,
addressed. Okay, thank you. You can make
yeah,
This is
that's
the
well.
co-host
Thank you so
invite.
much.
You're welcome.
No, you can send it. Thank you so much,
Wow.
Justice. We talked about this. You know, you're doing a perfect job, fantastic job, and may God continue to bless you. So, Lord, this is innovative. Thank you for taking the pains to do this. My question is, so for those who, who don't have smartphones, for those who don't have smartphones, um, how exactly can they easily get on this thing? That's the first question. And the second question is, yeah, I do know that those who are, as they call them, verify or whatever, this, I hope the system is fail safe enough to prevent anybody from hacking into it and just messing it up. These are my first two preliminary questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those questions. When you regarding those who do not have access to smartphones, so it is quite simple how it works. On the bio page of the group, this super group, we do have where it says view all offline voters. Now, when you click on it, uh, I want you guys to think about this, picture this like a WhatsApp groups. When somebody adds you on a WhatsApp group, that's the moment you see this WhatsApp group appear on your WhatsApp. You open up the WhatsApp. If you're not added to the group, you won't see the group. That's simple. It is how it is on this platform also. So, and then also when you are added on the group as well, uh, you click on the group's name, then you will be taken directly to the bio page of the group. Just simple, similar to WhatsApp, how WhatsApp also takes you to the group bio page. However, the difference here now is that we have an extended features on that, or maybe links or buttons on that particular, under your bio page where you are. Now, one of those buttons or features that you see there is this view offline, all offline voters. When you click on it, you're going to see the total number of voters that do not have access to smartphone that we have registered across all polling units in Nigeria so far. That's where it is. On there, it has a button also that asks you to add a voter. Now, it's a red button. You cannot miss the button. Once you click on it, it opens up for you to add the voter's name, their phone number, it selects their state, their local government, their polling unit where they are going to be voting, and all those. And then he also asks you to verify if they do have PVC or not. So the moment you're done putting up their information, it does not ask you though, I want to emphasize this point, it doesn't ask you to get their data, any of their data and upload. By data, I mean any of their ID cards, PVC cards, or maybe NIN, all those stuff, or maybe even the number of those on those PVCs and stuff to add. We don't need those. Those are not important to us. And then also to avoid data sensitivities and all those stuff. And then maybe because so the APC doesn't have anything to grasp on when it comes to dealing with us. So that way we stay away from all those sensitive data. So you verify these voters that you register if they have PVC or not. It's up to you now to do that verification and to upload and to submit their request. So the moment you submit it, one, it is going to add to the tally that you see on that bio page. The number will increase. You will see it there. And two, the app is automatically going to add them to that polling unit group where they are going to be voted from there. So what happened now is that when you go back to your polling unit subgroup on the app, where you can chat with all your locals and friends that are registered to vote with you in that same polling unit. At the very top right, you see a three dots button there. When you click it, one of the first one says view all offline. No, it says offline voter notepad. So when you click on that, you will see the total number of people that have registered, offline voters that are registered to vote in that your polling unit. And then only the admin can see their phone numbers, so that way in case they want to contact them on the election day or maybe follow up with them, it's only the admins that can do all those. We also do it that way, so that way we know who is accountable or responsible for calling all these offline voters. That way we can easily ensure that their data is protected, like their phone numbers, that no other person sees it apart from this admin that has been verified and cleared to be able to, make these calls or reach out to the individuals as required. So all admins also do have their own record where all of them can be trained on how to call these offline voters, what to say to them. We can share the scripts there, the calling scripts to them, so that everybody knows what to say or how to call these individuals. So you're not wasting too much time when you call them on the election day. It's also easy to call them. You just tap the phone numbers. The admins just tap the phone numbers of those individuals on the app as they open up their calendar, their schedule. You see the list of all of them. Each person that you tap their phone number, the number opens up for you to call them right away from the app. From the, you can either call them online or offline. Let's say by offline, if they do not have access to Wi-Fi, you can just call their mobile line directly. You just tap it, it calls them right away. When the call is done, they return you back to the page. So we make it very user-friendly and easier for us to be able to contact these people, because we anticipated a situation whereby we may have huge number of voters registered on this offline voter notepad. So that we make it easier in such a way that it will be easy to call all of them. Take for instance, you come to the bio page and then you see that there are 8.8 million numbers, voters registered. You see their name there. And you're an admin, you're supposed to call them. Now, just seeing 8.8 or 8.8 million people, voters, is going to scare you. So you may even give up before you start calling the numbers. However, if everybody goes to their polling units group and see that probably, let's say, there are 50 voters that are registered this offline from it. So you only have only 50 voters that are registered in your polling unit to call. If everybody calls their own 50 voters, let's say within 2 hours across all these 176,000 plus units. Within 2 hours, you guys are done calling 8.8 million voters. So that way it makes it easier for us to be able to call them. And also we have that like a more structured accountability system for us to be able to hold people accountable and know who is calling who and who reached out to who. I don't know if that answered your question. That with regards to that. Now the second question about ability to hack the system. We have multi-layer security infrastructure that we have created on there. First, all the data and all the informations are all protected, and they serve also using AWS system. So AWS is the same system that INEC uses also to protect their own INEC server. So we use the same infrastructure to also protect our server as well. We also use end-to-end encryption system, which is our own in-house encryption system that we created to also be able to protect all these groups from hackers and also other third-party security features also that we also created. So we have about 5 different layers of securities that we have integrated there. And one of our servers is also hosted in South Africa. In addition to that, we do want to rely on that. So in case if Nigerian government manages, it's worst case scenario, bribe South African government because Africa, and then for them to take it down. So we have a backup server hosted in America, in US here. So that way you can take it down. If one goes down, one is also there just for backup. So we can't, there is no Jupiter that will make anybody take our platform down. It will not happen. Don't even think of that. Thank you so much. I don't know if that answers all your questions.
Yes, to a large extent it does. I think I have another question, but I'll pack it for now and let other people come up and ask their questions too. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, wow. I'm super excited when I heard you say no Jupiter will take it down because boy, hey, not after all the hard work. So guys, please, if you have questions, please do well to either put up your hand so I can call on you, or you just unmute your mic and let us know you're speaking, please. Okay, let's have a. You have a question?
Yes, I do. So I hope you can hear me.
All right, very
Or
well. Good
all right.
evening and welcome to the speaker section. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. You've been doing a great job here, and I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you, Smart Ballot. I'm so thrilled that young minds, obedience are going a step ahead in the game. Now, as you were speaking, I went ahead to download the app. So while I'm trying to register, I saw the code, and you made mention that you sent a link, right? I hope I'm right. That you send the link. So I asked you where the link is. Is there a possibility? Because okay, so while I'm registering, there is a space for the code. Like the person who invited you, do you have a standalone code or you have to maybe download it through that particular link? I don't know if my question is well taken.
Yes, if you see, I sent the one of the messages for the host to also share on the jumbotron, so that way people can easily see that the link and also the code that I have added there. However, if you can't see, I don't think I can see anything on the JT here. But now what you do is I
I
click
don't.
on the
Sorry,
message.
sorry, Smart Ballot. I don't even know how to put things on the JT anymore. I don't know what is going on. Somebody should come and teach me. Biko no. Slide into my DM and teach me if you can. I just want to clear the
Okay,
air of that. Please go
that's
ahead.
also
Thank you.
fine. That's also fine. If you also click on the message on the chat button of this space, I open up the chat, scroll up. There are not so much chats there, so you will see the post that I also made there. On that post, click on it. It will open up show you video. The video walks you through on how to. The video will guide you. Just if you watch the video, it will guide you on how to register. And then also, in addition to that video, you will also see also the link, like the code that you're asking me about now. You also see this code also there on the group. So feel free to use the code that I have shared here to be able to register and join. It will allow you to be able to join. And when you join, even though the code here, that code you see is my own particular code for my own account. So even though that the code is public here, you will still be verified. So if it's an Abado person here that uses that code to join, that person will still be verified. If we don't find satisfying information that you're one of us, we are going to reject it, so you can't join us. But if you join us from here and then you provide the invitation code that you are seeing there, then we'll verify that you're one of us. We'll accept you, and then you're going to see everything that I have discussed and also more. I don't know if that answered your questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Well done.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so very big much. Okay, guys. Do we have more questions or are we good to go? Okay, no more questions. All right. Thank you very much. Now, Smart Dalot, I am super, super excited. It's an honor to have you on this space. And I want to say thank you very big much and God bless you for all you're doing. And is someone about to speak?
Yes, please. Okay. So I just want to make a suggestion. I don't know if we can have other sessions where after a lot of us, because I must confess this is my first time of hearing about smart ballot. Yeah, and so is there a way we can maybe have the maybe we've downloaded, we have the app, and we can run through the filters, in the app. Is there a way we can have that, please? Because I'm sure this is an enlightenment session, and I'm sure that a lot of us are, in my shoes also. If it is the first time we're hearing about it, we don't even know what it is all about. Because it seems that it really carries a lot. It really carries a lot that we need some sessions to, go through some of the features that it has. If that's
I
okay.
think I think what Ataben is saying is if you can stimulate it, even for the people in the space right now, or even other species or in the future, in such a way that as you say, okay, download the app, people download, you simulate it, and people just quickly go ahead because so people follow you or follow the prompts you provide, and once they're successful, they can easily also help other people begin to get on board. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. In other words, simulate it on this space and say, okay, guys, I want to do it, download the app. Then you take everyone through the stages, through the processes, one by one. People download the app. You see, okay, the next thing is you see those three prompts up there on your kit, and then people follow you. And at the end of the day, when they're done, um, they know how to do it. So it's Tara, they know how to do it. They can also now get all the people involved. And then if I believe that if it's done in this space, in another space, on God's will space in the future, we get this thing cracking and going even at in a faster way. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that feedback. It's something that we can do. When you also download the app as well, I just want to also add, if you download the app, and then let's say the moment you are accepted and you see the group appear in front of you, you're going to also have there is a help button at the bottom. Just scroll up, you see the help button there. You click the help button. The help button have lots of frequently asked questions. Now, for each of the frequently asked questions that you click, let's say you click on how can I invite other voters to join the Smart Ballot Supergroup? You will see once you click on that, you open up and then you see a video that is attached to that. So we have lots of videos that are short minute videos that are all attached there, explaining each of the features individually. So that way it walks you through the whole features for you to see. Or maybe let's say you want to see how can I see the total number of voters that are registered in my polling unit. You can see the video that guides you, and that way you see you teach you how to see the total number of voters registered both in your own polling unit and in other people's polling unit. But you can't see any of their contact numbers or names and all those stuff. So if you're remote looking to chat them up or follow them up, you can't do that. So you can only see the total number count and all those stuff. So if you also follow through my handle here on Twitter, I have posted some few videos that will walk you through step by step how to register on the platform. I also have videos that also walk you through step by step on how to invite others, other people to join you in this our group. So whichever, or maybe some other videos that also maybe teaches you about maybe the uh, polling unit waters and all those stuff. So whichever one that you want, you will see the video on my app, sorry, on my platform here on Twitter that will walk you through those. One of the things that we will also do maybe by tomorrow or next, but definitely before our weekend, will be for us to make a visualization, a screen recording that will guide on all the features of the app, and then we can share that so that way you can easily click and watch, see everything about the app from A to Z. That way, it helps you to show you everything. Maybe but it might be longer, maybe around 5 minutes or 6 minutes presentation. So that way you visualize everything. But if you're on this page now, all you just have to do is just to click on the link, use the invitation code that I have provided you here, use them to register. And then once you register, either myself or our team of admins are going to see your application that is pending, and we'll get notification. We'll also see your request, we'll verify you, and we'll approve you or reject you as the case may be right away. So that way you can easily follow through and see, get to understand everything that we are discussing or maybe I'm talking about right now.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley. So, guys, I guess that answers your questions, right? So, are we satisfied with the question and answering sections? I'm just so excited. I'm so excited with this, information and everything because Omo 2027, we must get it right by grace. So guys, okay, thank you so much. Since we don't have much questions, Mr. Casey, I want to say thank you very big much. It's amazing. It's a wonderful time hearing you again on the space. And of course, like I said, we're going to be doing this constantly because Ataban here said he just heard about the smart ballot now. And of course, if we should ask all our listeners and even all our speakers now, some were like me who I just heard it was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, and some are just hearing about it today, even though or despite being an obedient for years. So this information needs to go around because the more it goes around, people get enlightened, people see reasons to talk to people about it, invite more people. And at the end of the day, our work will become very easier and quick to achieve. So thank you very much, Mr. Smart Ballot. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here. And again, it would be a huge pleasure to always have you on my space and other obedient spaces because this is one message we need to spread for it to go viral. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. And again, I say God bless you for all you're doing for the love of God and country. Thank you so very much. Okay, Gideon, your hand is up. How you doing? What do you want to contribute to the smart ballot or our topic? Please.
Yes, thank you. I'm at work when I say, how to, you know, join to 5 6. for a new Nigeria. Yes, also important. Everybody should follow smart balance. Follow all obedient. Follow everyone, right? Because you can only get information when you follow them, right? So follow them so that you can get a notification, and that will help us also to amplify the message. Follow P2B, follow all obedience, follow NDC so that you receive the information that they send out. Yes, also spread the message and encourage people. Put that hope in them. Tell them there is hope. Yes, tell them we can't give up. Tell them that we have people fighting for them, that they are not alone. And tell them that Nigeria belongs to all of us, that we will never surrender to corrupt APC leadership. Yes, tell them we are here for them, we are fighting for them, that we will win. Tell them like that. We are winning. Yes, we are winning and we will win. Encourage them because many Nigerians are losing hope. When you interview people, honestly, they will tell you there's no hope. I'm telling you the reality on ground. I have people on ground. Working with some people, and I'm also encouraging them and telling them that this is just temporary. What is going on in Nigeria, they will smile very soon. Yes, tell them we have hope. That all hope is not lost. Tell them we still have good Nigerians. We are good people. Nigerians are smart people. Yes, we are not bad as people think we are. We have intelligent and smart people that can change this country. Yes, tell them we have people that can help to change what we are passing through in our country. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Gideon. Thank you so very big much. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so grateful for your time. I see some persons have gone off the space. But like I always said, I am not hosting spaces for the crowd. One person, one right person can just be there at that time, get the information, run with it, and the purpose is achieved, which is the most important thing for me. So I am super excited that you guys were here to listen to this amazing presentation. Please talk to somebody to talk to somebody about smart ballots because lots of Nigerians have been asking the question, how do we protect our votes? How do we protect our vote? This is one way that we can protect our votes. Do you know what it means? I wonder what these guys must have spent to voice a cyber in the hosting a cyber in South Africa and they hosting another one in the US. So one of the chance play with this so please, hey, this God bless you guys. God bless you guys. At the end of the day, when the new Nigeria is achieved, eh, everybody go collect their flowers. For now, let the show continue to go on. Ikebe my darling, I don't know why you did not get the co-host invite again, though. I don't know. I don't send a fire. You just be posting from where you are. So please, you have
Yeah,
the mic. Thank you.
yeah, no, no worries. Thank you. Thank you so much, Coswell. And yeah, once again, I always start by saying thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do. Do not, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, great. So thank you for what you do. The message is resonating. So don't ever think that people aren't listening. Don't think people aren't hearing you. The message is resonating. I can tell you that for a fact. And even if you have 50, 100 people only in the spaces, it's a whole lot because one person will hear and tell the other people. So, in a nutshell, Nigerians, please wake up, rise up, get your PVCs, make sure you come out en masse, vote, defend your votes, and put the man that will be in power. And let's at least have a chance to begin to change and turn things around for Nigeria. The country deserves to be much better than it is. It's unfortunate. With all the wealth that Nigeria possesses, Nigeria shouldn't be in a state where it can't even give itself electricity or power. In the Western world, it's called power. In Nigeria, we call it electricity. And the man who is there today said, oh, um, and I'm quoting him, If I don't give you electricity when I come back, don't vote for me after 4 years. He said there will be no estimated billing. What you get is what you pay. Has he achieved it? If there was anything called honor in that man's vocabulary, the man would have just honorably resigned. There's nothing wrong in resigning. By the time in fact, you become even more popular by saying, "Look, guys, Nigerians have tried my best. Let someone else give it a go." As a matter of fact, the way our country is today, I tell you, the constitutionally guaranteed tenure for the president is 4 years. And the way our country is today, with the way politicians have decimated, the civic streets and the structural and economic lives of Nigerians and the country, we need presidents that will just come and do 4 years. Let's see what you can achieve in 4 years. And then if you achieve it in 4 years, let Nigerians go to a referendum and say, we want you to continue. Online referendum, we want you to continue, or you just for another 4, or you just go, another person takes over. We don't need type people who basically just, fool around for 4 years, who rule over the eyes of Nigerians, and then they come back and say, oh, give us another 4 years. Give us another 4 years. Hell no. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve, you haven't worked hard. Every, look at the Argentine president, Mileo. He came in at the same time that the so-called emperor we have now came in. Look at what is happening in Argentina. You don't need 8 years to fix a country. You don't need 8 years to redirect the country into the right path. But what are we seeing? Since the first day he came into power, he's been campaigning for another term. He's abandoned governance. You don't need all the governors in your party, and that's what Peter Obi is saying. You don't need to pull, if you know you're doing well, you don't need to pull all the governors into APC. It's an admission that you're a failure. It's an admission that you're not doing anything good. It's an admission that you just, the so-called master strategist in playing dirty politics that doesn't bring dividends of democracy to the people. Nigerians, wake up. Wake up. Open your eyes. Somebody was saying something like, it be like say the whatever the man did, it be like say they affect Nigerians. Say, I say, God forbid, not me, not my own people. Let of Nigerians say, God forbid. Somebody even went as far as saying all those is the Bolaba Balabu thing. Are you sure it's not incantations to that? And I said, it's not. It's not. It is not. It's just easy to explain when someone has nothing to say. So Nigerians, and please, I beg of you, do not put an 88 grandfather to become your president. Don't put. Look, our grandparents need rest. They deserve it. They've worked. They've worked their entire lives. Some of these people became heads of customs, immigration when in their 30s, and 50 something years after, they still want to rule the presidency. It is objectionable. Any thinking person will reject it. Nigerians, please wake up. Wake up. Some of us here, our grandparents are in that age range. Our parents are in that age range. They are already resting. After resting, either in the private or public sector. Why do we want to bring someone who should be resting? Getting having his kids and grandchildren visiting him? Why do we want that person to be our president in this day and age, in this modern time? In this modern time, when young people are taking over the reins of governance, look at Europe, 30-something-year-olds are ruling. Look at New Zealand, 30-something-year-olds are ruling. 40-year-olds are ruling those countries. We're not running a gerontocracy? Our government is not the government of all people. Nigerians, if you don't wake up, by the time we get this guy either wins the second time or we get the 80-year-old man, God forbid, goes in, you
God
basically
forbid,
told
God
them,
forbid. No.
you've basically told the whole world that Nigeria is not a gerontocracy, and that the presidency is a rehabilitation home for old people. Look at the youthful energy bubbling all over the country. Look, everything that has put Nigeria on the map today is being engineered by the youth. They talk about Nigerians in tech. For God, I mean, it's crazy. I was somewhere out of the country and they were talking about the ingenuity of Nigerian youth in tech. They're doing marvelous things. They're creating businesses. Why do we want to keep people who are completely, who don't even know jack about where they're going? Why do we want them to continue to lead us? So I want to rest it by saying, call PO, they'll call because he's completely and totally different. That's why everybody wakes up in the morning. They want to trend, they call his name. If this man actually came third in that election, why is this suddenly the problem you guys have? Why is this suddenly the problem? Why is everyone attacking him? Left, right, and center. The political establishment, I must say, because they know that if this guy goes in, these things are going to change. You would not see a Peter Obi, for example, driving with 100 vehicle convoy at the expense of the people. You will not see a Peter Obi buy a yacht that is not even using. You will not see a Peter Obi living ostentatiously. Look at his life. People who know him, including myself, before he even became a governor, that has been his lifestyle. The consistency has been there. Look at people who are installing governors, according to one of us here. I don't want to mention him, Godfrey. I don't want to mention him. Some governors can't even spell their names. They can't call figures. They can't even call out figures, for God's sake. There's a budget. They presented a budget to you. You're looking at it. You're looking at it right in front of you. You can't even call out the amount on the paper. And you are the governor of a state. Look, until we begin to tell ourselves that certain things shouldn't happen again, then we will begin to understand that the people like Peter Obi, and if we miss out on this one, if we miss out on this, God forbid, but if we miss out, well, I don't know. If you know what you have in Peter Obi, surprisingly, people outside the country seem to know more about this guy, seem to speak more about this guy than even Nigerians are doing. A man who has the kind of connections that he has, even when he's not president. A man who is very mobile. He said that I'm not going away, and he has believed it. He hasn't gone away. He hasn't gone to Dubai to vacation for 3 years, only to come back and start taking presidency like one of the contestants. He's been all over the place. They became threatened. Even they wouldn't let him come in. The governor of Benue State refused to allow him to come to Benue to visit IDP camps. This man goes around, he's dishing out money to IDP camps, helping people. His own personal money. They wouldn't even let him. If Nigeria is truly a functional state, why would people be in IDPs? Are we at war? Anyway, I put it here, Godwill. Thank you once again for the incredible job that you're doing. Thank you, Smart Ballot. Don't despair. Like I said, your message is resonating and people are listening. People are listening. Thank you so much, and I apologize for being a terrible co-host today.
It's not you. It's not you. It's the network or something.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm still here. Anywhere you go, I'm there. We'll keep supporting each other, God helping us. Thank you, everyone. Please get
Amen.
your
Thank you
PVC
so
and put
much.
PVC. Yeah, Nigeria will be okay. Nigeria will be okay. OP and Uncle.
Amen. Thank you very, very much, my darling co-host, Ikeme Funad. God bless you. Thank you. We have Mades as a new speaker on the speaker section. Mades, are you there? How are you? Please join the conversation. Welcome.
Hello. Hi, Rita. Are you okay?
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Charles. I'm known as Maddox. Why am I on today? Basically, I saw my very good friend Kingsley, Smart Ballot, so I had to come in. I greet everyone. Kingsley, well done. I know Smart Ballot very well, so I'm just here to just re-echo what Kingsley is saying. And I want to congratulate Kingsley. I know how much you've been working on this smart ballot for a long time. It's quite a very personal project, and it's a very key project from your end. You've sacrificed a lot for this project, and I just want to say that we should all try and log in and promote this smart ballot. It's a very key tool for us going towards the 2027 election. It's a very private and data protected platform. Um, the features of this platform is enormous, quite enormous. I know it very well in and out. Um, for me, I think going towards 2027, individuals will continue to bring their own skills to protect votes, to get people to come online and vote, just the way Rita is doing, opening spaces. Some people might not be opening spaces, some people might be messengers, some people might create tools, some might donate, some might keep resharing, and we all have different roles to play. We should do that as much as we can. Please go to Smart Ballot, go to their app, go to their page, keep promoting and sharing it. If you can promote it by paid advert, please do it. Because to me, 2027, we need more people on the polling booths. We need more people on ground. The more people at each of the polling booths who are ready to defend the votes in terms of polling booth watchers and all that, the better for us. The better for us. We need more people who can sit at each of the polling booths, follow the ballots from the polling booths to the local government to the states. When we talk about insecurity, poverty, illiteracy, name it, the only way we can get out of this is to get right people into key positions. And one of the ways to do this is through the ballot. It's through the ballots. There's no other way. For me, aside the noise about this, that, the key noise, it should be putting your money, putting your energy in something that will be very, very key and that can yield results. It's things like smart ballot. If you're not doing smart ballot, sponsor polling unit agents, sponsor 5K, 10K to people to print flyers, print aprons, promote NDC, promote PTLB. Those are the key things beyond social media commentating. Beyond social media commentating, how do we protect the votes? That is why I'm very happy with the coalition between the OK, Obedience, and Kwakwansia. There has to be a Kwakwansia treatment to the polling booths. When I say Kwakwansia treatment, you vote, you count it, follow you have to, one of my key ideas, catapult revolution. Catapult revolution. People say carry 2x2 and things like that. 2x2 will be very visible. You might get arrested and all that. But if you put catapult in your pocket with 3 stones, it's just for self-defense. Please. It's just so people don't quote me wrongly. Self-defense. Carry 10 stones. If 100 people carry catapult in their pockets with 10 stones, Agberos may come with their bullets, but the bullets have limits. There's a limit to bullets. So if I am in one corner shooting catapult, and 10 people are shooting catapult to one Agbero with one gun, you know, go know where the catapult and the stones are coming from. We have to defend the votes. There will be serious violence. There will be
Mothers,
catapult revolution. That's it. Yeah.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at the catapult revolution. You guys remember there was a governor somewhere in the north that advised their people to get catapults to fight terrorism some time ago. Do you guys still remember
No,
that they should use
which
catapults?
governor is that?
It's one of the northern states that they should use catapults to fight terrorism. And pictures of people holding catapults then was trending on this X. Yeah, that was Buhari's time. That was Buhari's time. So when you were
Yeah.
talking about your catapult revolution, now where my mind just go with that. That's how I
You
laugh.
know,
You
catapult
were
is very
carrying on.
effective. It's very effective. You can put it in your
God
pocket.
will help us. At the
You
end of
can
the day,
you
we
can
go
put
look
it in
at
your
right.
pocket because if you carry stone or carry things, it will be visible. It's very visible. You put catapult for your pocket. You are not going there to shoot people. When people come to steal your vote, which is your life, the vote is your life. You have to defend it. That's the only way I see it. So please let's promote the smart ballot. Let's promote the smart ballot as much as we can. Let's share the app. Let's follow them. Let's talk to people. Get 5 people. 5 people get 5 people. Get more polling unit agents. The more, the merrier. It's an independent. I, I can't imagine how much they are spending to develop this app. It's quite a huge project. So let's promote it. Let's keep spreading it. I think that's my contribution. Why attack with Toby amid the huge insecurity? It's confusion. It's confusion. It's confused people. People who try to divert our attention to irrelevant things. We should focus on the focus. The focus is the election day, the ballot. How do you vote and protect it? Every other thing is distraction to me, to be honest. So let's focus. Obi won last election. Everybody knows. That's why they're attacking him. That's why they're attacking him. Let's be honest with ourselves. Even the article knows the truth. Atiku himself, he knows that Obi won the election. So let's stop deceiving ourselves. And Obi is sure he's going to win. But for him to win, he needs people who can defend the vote. He cannot do it alone. It's not God. It's not God. The progress of Nigeria is our own progress. It's not Obi's progress. So we all have to devise means, just the way Kingsley is doing with smart ballot. That's how we should do. Some of us might just be donating, some might just be retweeting, some might be hosting spaces. We need to focus on the focus, which is how do we get more people to each polling units and how do we get them to defend it? That's the key thing. Every other thing to me is just hosting space and not delivering outcomes. Thank you. Well done, Rita. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Mothers. Thank you so very much. It's beautiful you know about Smart Balance and you're here to support your friend. Now, can say it's now our friend. And like seriously, everybody knows what they must have spent to get this thing going the way it's currently going. I can't imagine it. Like the monies to even put it in all the places they put them to make sure they are safe. It's of course it's not something little, even though he's not speaking about that. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for keeping the conversation going. Asaben, I don't know if you want to speak to the conversation to the topic before we finally wrap up for today. Would you please?
All right. Excuse me. Okay, so I hope I'm audible.
Loud and clear.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Godswill. Um, Nigeria is such a wonderful space that we've found ourselves. And, when the court judgment came out, I think it was yesterday or so, about ADC, that they should be registered. And I asked that, is this the same party that, when you hear APC, guys talk that Peter Obi should have stayed and fight, you know, to test his popularity, that he's just looking for ready-made meals here and there. And because the truth is, I feel that this judgment is a distraction, right? Because some of the criteria that were listed, that are supposed to be met, I believe strongly that ADC have met them, because it's, they list one and then it says or, right? And I believe that ADC have filled quite a number of those criteria. Well, that's just by the side. But like someone said, if ADC is even the registered, then I might just be a plus to NDC. Yeah. But I believe it's just a distraction. So we can imagine if Peter will be, still, because I mean, it's a popular saying that you choose your battle, right? I mean, you don't just, because you want to show that you are strong and then you want to fight all battles. No, that's not wisdom. Wisdom dictates that you choose your battle wisely. So I think that's a great move, right? And also, I want to plead with us to, because you see, Nigeria is just a wonderful place, like I said earlier. A situation whereby we found ourselves in this um, lows of lows, right? In Committee of Nations. I mean, and then you see people, supporting people who I say that they are semi to go. Yeah. If you understand that, you understand. Semi to go. I mean, my dad is 80 plus. And a lot of times I imagine him being the president of this country. And I ask myself, how? How? 80 plus. Where is the strength? Where is the mental, capacity to carry the challenges of a country, you know, as difficult as Nigeria, an 80-year-old. So you see, Nigeria needs a hands-on president, a hands-on president, somebody who is agile, somebody who, can move, somebody who can face challenges. Um, then before Buhari came, I mean, Buhari was one person that I never saw him as a president, and I never regarded him as president of Nigeria. Sorry, that's just me, because truth be said, even for a local government chairman, I never believed that he has the capacity, mental ability to govern a local government. That is my own personal opinion. And I remember then, I mean, my dad was, was in the know then about Buhari and all that during his military time and all that. And before he came in, he made sure he tells everyone, he told everyone, about this man. At a point in time, I and my brother were like, just making fun, like, oh, this man didn't have personal issues with Buhari, because he was so deliberate and intentional, telling people that this man does not have the capacity to be president of Nigeria. And I mean, everything is history now. We saw how he took Nigeria down, down, down. It's a pity, that we hand over governance to people who, are so incompetent, and politically there are two divides. We have people, politicians in the office who either they have benefited, from a corrupt system and they are still benefiting and they want to continue to benefit. So they are not going to give up easily. That's just the truth. They are not going to give up easily, right? And then on the other side of the divide, we have people who are somehow beneficiaries, having crumbs fall from the table, and they want the system to keep on. And then among this second divide, and people also who, because some Nigerians are criminally minded, so the reason why they will keep sharing these guys up is because they are just hoping that one day maybe I will be in that position. So, I mean, they will literally just want the system to continue so that they can easily fit in. That's why I said, quite a number of Nigerians are criminally minded. So they will keep supporting this system of criminality and corruption because they are just hoping and wishing that one day, I mean, if I can get there, then it's going to be easy for me to just fit in. Now, in terms of the security challenges that Nigeria is being faced with, and it's quite amazing how an average Nigerian politician thinks, that even in the most sensitive situations, they blame everything on politics. Yeah, because a lot of them were saying that it's the hand of position, and that's being insensitive, to the plight of the people, who have been. I mean, if we're going to be looking at the psychological effects that you know those kids that were kidnapped, the psychological effect of that um what played out, we are going to realize that fear has been instilled in the minds of these young ones. Because, I mean, of course, everyone is aware about it. Now, you just want to imagine how kids will be going to school now with such fear in them. Now, because the ripple effect, it's much. We're not even seeing it that way. Because even when they are in their classes, how are they going to concentrate in what they are studying? And we have people who just come out of the opposition. Okay, let's even assume that it's the hand of the opposition. Then what are you doing about it? Excuse me. What are you doing about it? You are the one in place of power. If it's the hand of the opposition, then you should fight it head on. You should fight it head on. So I'm just going to plead with us. Let's do what we can to. Recently I was in a barbing salon, and with my my barber, and the guy was like just complaining bitterly, a young adult, and was just complaining that um, how this country is just going terribly and terribly, and he was like, we just have to vote Tinubu out and all that. And he was asking that, is there any other person that is even, in the race with him? And I was taken aback that, I mean, with all the Obi here and there, everybody just calling Obi, a man sleeps with, somebody's wife, the blame is on Obi, everything is on Obi. I was quite amazed and stunned that, he asked such a question. And, I just needed to preach the message of Obi to him. All right. And I want to encourage us to do a lot more in this regard of spreading this message about the OK movement. And one thing about movements is that when it's the people that put you or place you in a place of authority, they also have a say in the way you govern them. Yeah. The reason why these guys are just so arrogant and out of touch is because they just what's the word now? For want of a better word, they're the one who put themselves there. Yeah. So they are not accountable to any one of us. Yeah. So they will just do what they will feel like doing when they want to do it, and then they are not answerable to anybody. But the truth is, if God forbid, even if Obi gets there and Kwankwaso, and we see that they are taking steps that are not right in terms of governance, their policies are not, what we expected of them. We, the people, will still be able to hold them accountable because we are the one who, placed them there. So that is, the difference between when it's the people who, put these guys there, and when they are just the one who forced themselves there through whatever crooked means or whatever means they were able to do that. So recently I also met a friend who has given up, who just said that she's not going to vote the next time, and I told her that, see, you are not voting because maybe your vote didn't count. One is your civic right, your civic duty to vote, and secondly, you look beyond. At my age, I don't think. I mean, no matter how bastardized the system is, right? I don't think anyone can talk me out, or the situation can put me off or out of voting. It's something that I've been doing. It's something that I will continue to do as long as I am alive. Yeah, so we should preach that message. And, just to maybe take up us back a little, when you hear, these guys come out to say, um, sometimes I'm a believer in God, and, recently I'm just left in a space where it seems like I'm questioning God's creation in humans, because some of the reasoning of humans, it amazes me when people come out and give excuses that let him complete his 8 years, and I'm like, wait a minute, somebody has destroyed 4 good years. Maybe some people don't think deep. 4 years is not a joke. if you give birth to a child and that child grows 4 good years, you know what it took to be 4 years, and then somebody just comes out and tell you, let him complete his 8 years. For me, it just defiles anything, you know, right sense of judgment. Like we should let him complete his 8 years, like without achieving anything or something that is worth saying. You don't even have any reasonable um something. You don't even have anything reasonable to hold on to even say, okay, let's give him a chance. And but you just say, let him complete his 8 years, as if 8 years is now a birthright. Whether you ruin the destiny of millions of people or not, let him just complete his 8 years. Man, I don't know. I don't know. So all what we're gonna do, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. The journey is a marathon, and we just have to give it all it takes. Like someone said that doing the best is not even the right statement. I think you give it what it takes or all it takes, because a lot of time um, your best, my best might not just be good enough. So um, in this regard, the future is in our hands. We need to take our destiny into our hands. This country has been bastardized for decades, right? Decades. The decay is so much. So we have people, in high places, in quotes, that want the system to continue, the status quo to remain. Because if a new breed comes in place, a lot will be revealed. It will be a turning point. It will be a turning point. A lot will be revealed. So some people just prefer that, you know, the new breed never just come. Yeah. Some people don't just want it. They are going to fight and make sure that the system remains. And when you hear people say, but in other climes we have people of you know, late 70s, 80s, and the simple answer is they have systems in place that check people. They have systems in place that check people. Nigeria is a place where there are no systems at all. There are no systems that, you know, hold people accountable. Yeah, there are no systems at all. So in those crimes, they have something to leverage on, because the system is going to put you out if you default. The system will just automatically put you out, right? But here, anything goes. Nobody is accountable. Nobody is, held accountable for whatever they do. People just doing whatever they like, anything they like. So, um, there is a plea for every one of us, to, just give it all it takes, and, just to make sure that we have a new Nigeria where hope, is truly hope, not what they came up with. Yeah, they came up with deception and lies. Now we know their games, and I believe that we should do better, and that's why I'm so encouraged and thrilled by this smart ballot. And like every other person I've said, we just want to imagine how much has been expended in this project. So every one of us, we need to give our bit. We need to do our bit, to make sure that you know um, the OK project, comes into power 2027. So yeah, I think that's my submission. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so very very much, Ataben. Great submission. Guys, please, if you are here and you've not registered on the Smart Ballot, please try to register on Smart Ballot. Without being told, you'll agree that a whole lot of money has been spent to put that stuff in place. Without being told, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that these guys have spent a lot too. On hearing that the thing is hosted, their cyber is hosted, or how did he put it, in South Africa. That is not, they didn't just leave it there. It's also hosted in America, knowing fully well the kind of people we're dealing with. In case they're able to crash this one, they will not be, at least not Trump today. God have mercy on me. At least they can't, as in, crash both at the same time. So you agree with me that a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of brain work has gone into this thing. And then before you talk about the money, the sacrifice, the sleepless nights. I am this guy, Mr. Casey. We've been chatting since morning. And I know say our money na American night. Do you understand? At the time I wanted to ask him, bro, you know they sleep. As in, are you not supposed to be sleeping by now? Still make out time to come on this space to enlighten us. Guys, whether we like it or not, people are working behind the scenes. People are doing things like great jobs behind the scenes. So giving up at this point is not an option. For every little opportunity you have, put in the little that you can put in. Contribute your little quota. It must not be your money. It mustn't be money. But if you're still in a position to finance, good and fine. If it is your time you can offer, give your time. If it is your strength, energy, your intellect, please do not hesitate to contribute it as in anything and in any way at all you can. So that at the end of this day or of the day, the little drop that you have, that we have to offer, as we drop from every angle, an ocean will be achieved. And together, we will be able to move into Asovila. Because being in Kwankwaso, being in Asovila means Nigerians are in Asovila. Because those men are people you and I know will listen to our plight. They will not make themselves unavailable. They will not be unaccessible. It will, as we speak, they will be listening. You can see what has been going on. When we speak His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi, he listens. There was a time on space where Mr. Tanko was telling us, he said at the time, Kwankwasia told him that they should invite His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi and His Excellency Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. They should look both of them in the room. I don't know how many of you were on that stage when they was sharing this story. So they should lock both of them in the room. Both of them should agree on who to be the president and who to deputize. If at the time they lock them for how many hours and they open the door for them to come out and tell them what they've decided on, if they do not come to a logical conclusion between both of them, they will beat them. When you understand what I was saying that I was just laughing, like I was laughing so much. That was going into the 2023 election, I guess. Not knowing that God is working behind the scenes. And obedience was in Kwankwa's house, in his altar. Who called him and said, Daddy, I need to walk with this person. Do you understand? So the Bible says there is time for everything. And now the time is right. All right. They are both here. They are both here. Guys, we have the perfect ticket for the 2027 elections. Every little contribution we have to make as individuals, please let's not hesitate to put in that contribution so that at the end of the day, we will have huge strength together and win the presidency in Nigeria and turn around from this um, unknown journey that we've been with the APC for almost uh, 12 years now and start moving in a direction whereby constantly we'll be told where we're heading to. So, guys, we're going to be bringing this case to a conclusion. But first, I want to ask my co-host, Ike Funa, and every other person on the speaker if there's something you would like to say before we finally call it a day today. So, Ike Funa, please. Do you have anything to say before we? Oh, Ike Funa is having a network problem. Wow. So, why? We're wrapping up already. So if anyone does not have anything to say, I will say at this point, thank you very much. Okay, Kim is coming back up. All right, so we'll just wait for him to come and give his closing remark. It's not been easy. Having a co-host is not easy. Everybody is busy now, especially with this economy. If you're there outside, it affects you. If you're there inside, it affects you. Based on say you get people in the same money they can't do.
Can you
You
hear
get
me?
it, yes, please.
Sorry, this time around I crossed it. I just touched the button and I took myself out of the space. But yes, I'm back. The only thing I'd like to say is to say thank you again to you. Don't despair. This is my message to you again. Don't despair. Continue to do the spaces. Continue to put out all those important topics that we need to talk about. It's important that we talk about these things because Nigeria needs to wake up. It's a sleeping giant. It needs to really, really wake up. And whether they like it or not, PO is coming. OK is coming on and Campaso by the grace of God. They will be our leaders come 2027. And we shouldn't be worried about it. Only there was something that I wrote. I said it's only that tree that has beautiful plain fruits has the most sticks and stones thrown at it. If you see a tree with lush green, see a tree with lush green fruits, beautiful, ready to eat, unstained, untainted, what happens? It is only that tree that people throw stones and sticks at to see if they can get at the fruits. That is who PO is. The candidates of the NDC, those are who they are. So we're not surprised that they've made him the topic of their discussion. But we will continue also to make sure that when they put out those wrong narratives, we're here to reshape those narratives and tell the truth as it is. So thank you once again. Thank you for everyone that came to this space. May God Almighty bless all of you. Thank you, God's will. Don't give up. Don't give up. We're listening. The message is resonating. We're hearing them, and it's shaping and reshaping thoughts and minds. Thank you once again, and God bless you.
Amen. Amen. I wanted to throw 100 emojis. I went to throw laughter. So thank you very much to all my speakers. Thank you to all my listeners. Thank you to those at the anonymous section. Guys, please, before we finally bring this space to a close, I want to read again what I read from Google at the beginning of the space to wrap up the space. Just so you understand perfectly why V is being attacked and these guys are trying to dent his personality, okay? So that you don't get discouraged. For you that does not know more about His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi. So here was what I asked Google, and this was what I got. The question I asked Google first was, why is Peter Obi being attacked and made huge insecurity instead of Tinubu. And here was Gogo's response. He said Peter Obi is heavily targeted by political opponents because his massive youth support and formidable 2023 electoral performance make him a major threat for the 2027 presidency. Don't forget, going into the 2023 elections, so many people said, some said he cannot even win a state, some said he cannot even, do this, cannot even do that. But at the end of the day, because of the man they claim cannot win a state or two, IRF was shut down. A glitch was claimed to have happened. And 3 years down the road, nobody has been able to explain the glitch till date. Now I proceed. Opposition focus on Obi to curb his momentum. Now, another reason why they are attacking him, they want to tie his momentum, they want to restrict his momentum. As in that momentum that is spreading like wildfire across Africa as we speak right now, they want to curb it. But by God, they know the fit. Okay? They want to curb his momentum, discredit his vocal criticism of government policies, and deflect attention from President Bola Tinubu's security record. The reason why they are attacking His Excellency Gregory Obi is because they want to shift the attention of Nigerians away from the incompetence of Tinubu's administration. That is what Google has said. They are not my words. These are words. You search Google, you get the same exact things too. So I read further. This dynamic takes shape through several key factors. One, political viability. As the most prominent opposition figure, Obi poses a direct challenge to the ruling of Progressive Congress in bracket APC. Opponents frequently resort to character snares or question his past security records, such as former Governor Adams Oshiomhole's criticisms regarding Obi's time in Anambra State. So even the criticism of Adams Oshiomhole of Oshie, God will not Adam as part of people when they say, and they try to derail the attention of Nigerians from the core issue, which is holding President Tinubu accountable so that he can go and free our chiefs that have been in the bush for over 1 month today. They are exactly a month and 1 day today because they were adopted on the 15th and today is 13th of May, the 16th of May 2026. Okay, so going further, to undermine his credibility rather than defend the current administration